Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 13 of my Football Manager 24 save with Bradford City. If you do go on to enjoy today's episode, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 20 likes on today's video, that'd be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you're new as well. We're now on the road to 2,000 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already with that post notification bell on. It's free to do so and it does massively help out. Get your thoughts in as well down in the comment section down below on the transfer business that I have done. Now, it's not been a long time since our last game because I didn't realise, but in the FA Cup third round, we've only gone and drawn Leeds United. We played them early on in the season in the Carabao Cup. We drew 0-0, I think, and then they beat us on penalties. So time for some revenge in the FA Cup. Make sure to drop a like on there for me. Subscribe if you're new as well. Let's get into it. Starting out then with our transfer business, we saw Jake Young join league rivals Chesterfield on a 3.5-year contract. The 23-year-old massively struggled really throughout his time at Bradford City. Just the 3 league goals in 46 league appearances over the last 18 months with the football club. He simply has not been good enough, and apparently we paid £25,000 in terms of compensation to bring him from Forest Green. We've sold him for £140,000, failed to score a single goal all season with a 6.61 average rating. We've just got better players than him, so to get 140 grand in for him just made sense. Get his wages off the wage bill as well. He could be a decent player, and potential wise looks like we probably should have kept him, but in terms of performances, never really did it in a Bradford City shirt, so I don't really mind him moving on too much. I think we have got better in the building. In terms of how we've got on then, since you were last with us, we had a 0-0 draw at home to Notts County, a 4-0 battering at home to York City. Really delighted with this game. We were 4-0 up by half time. I just made a load of changes, keep things fresh and all that sort of stuff, and also just decided to time waste just to make sure that we didn't get football managered. We also had a 2-0 win away at Northampton. Again, 2-0 up after half an hour. Just told them to time waste, made loads of subs at half time just to keep players fresh and all that sort of stuff. So in today's episode, we have Harrogate Town at home, who currently find themselves second in the table. Massive Yorkshire derby in that one. And then a couple of days later, Leeds United away at Elland Road. I'm pretty sure the one early on in the season was also away from home at Elland Road as well. So big opportunity for us to get some revenge. I'm again probably going to play very defensive in that one and try and play for penalties. We know that Patrick Bamford is going to be unavailable due to a back strain, but we've got to focus on this game against Harrogate first. Our last league loss came well over a month ago, around about 6 weeks ago now, so I'm confident going into this one against Harrogate. Let's go and get the 3 points. Again, due to the busy Christmas, December sort of period, we have had to make a load of changes for this one because we've got so many players who are tired, and I just don't want to risk injury going into that big game against Leeds. It's a massive one, but I trust our system at this moment in time to get the job done. We've got McLaughlin in goal, a back three of Sam Stubbs, Kieran Kelly and Campbell, with Halliday and Ferguson as the wing backs. We actually had a transfer offer in for Ferguson for around about £10,000, but I don't want to see him leave. I'm quite happy with his performances so far. We've got Lakin and Evans in the midfield, Beaumont Clark and Cabia on the wings, with Cassidy leading the line. On the bench, we've got Walker, Cisse, Odwar, Patterson, Weir, Kavanagh, and also Andy Cook as well. Callum Kavanagh not really been too impressive this season. If we do get an offer in for him this January, it's certainly one that I might consider, and we might consider bringing back one of our young players who are currently out on loan. Again, they've got a few of our former players like Anthony O'Connor, Matty Daly getting the starts, Matty Folds also on the bench as well. They are second in the table, but our form recently has been absolutely outstanding. We're at home in front of our fans, but sometimes at home we pick up the odd frustrating 0-0. I think it's happened 3 or 4 times so far this season. So let's hope we can get 3 points in this one. They are playing the 4-2-3-1, which is a formation we have struggled against earlier on so far in my managerial career, as Ferguson's free kick there goes just over the bar. We have seen a few early yellow cards as well, one for either side. Anthony O'Connor playing at right back, it looks like, for Harrogate in this one. Lee Evans then with this corner, right-footed in-swinger towards that front post, headed up by O'Connor, cleared away by Muldoon, only as far as Beaumont Clark, who hits one. It's a good block in the end from the Harrogate player. Brad Halliday now picks it up on this near side, goes inside to Kelly over the top, looking for Cassidy. It's nearly worked there. Cassidy gets his head to it, but it's saved by the goalkeeper. Big opportunity there for Ryan Cassidy. Evans will now put this corner into the box. I assume it'll be cleared. It's eventually cleared by Anthony O'Connor, only as far as Beaumont Clark. A little bit of room. He finds Campbell, certainly sort of range that he could hit one, but the highlight is going to end there. It's been a good start from us in this game so far. We're positive, we're on the front foot. 3 points here will be massive. As you can see, we are now back up into the playoffs, I think for the first time this season. So going back to the back three was definitely the correct thing to do. This is in a dangerous area, I'm concerned. I think it's number 7 stepping up for Harrogate here. Is that George Thompson? He's got a lot of goals in real life in the 23-24 FM24 campaign, it is going to be Thompson. We've got a 5-man wall here. He hits one, he's gone keeper's side, it's onto the roof of the netting, not a million miles away, but McLaughlin was definitely rooted to the spot there. 2 of our 3 centre-backs picking up yellow cards inside the first 25 minutes is not particularly ideal. I do think we've got Nate on the bench potentially. Lakin plays the 1-2 with Ferguson, swings it into the box, cleared away by Gibson, only as far as Beaumont Clark. Howley now plays the 1-2, its shot comes in, it's deflected, it's all over the place, but it's Ismail Kabir who's there again. I would say out of all the young players we signed in the summer, Kabir, he got his chance and he's taken it, and he's found himself basically undroppable at this moment in time. Jack Diamond picked up that injury, and that could be one of the worst things that has happened in his Bradford City career, because Kabir has come into the side and he's getting goals, he's getting assists, he's been a massive player for us, and yes, we get a little bit of luck with a deflection or two, but it's in the back of the net and it's a deserved goal. They've had more possession, but in terms of chances created, we've absolutely battered them as Kieran Kelly gets his second goal of the season. He's found himself being 5th choice centre-half this season, but he has played quite a lot because of injuries, because of fatigue, and he's come up with another goal here. He's got the number 6 shirt this season, even though he's playing less than what he did last season. He's got a better shirt number. Not really too sure my thinking behind that one, but I guess he was playing a lot at the start of the season before we did sign Campbell, as we could get another one here. It's dropped to Campbell in the box, and I'm just speaking about Eli Campbell, and then he's gone and scored. It's 3-0. We are cooking something delicious. Just think about where we'd be if I'd played this system all season. Why did I try and play a back 4? This squad suits a back 3. It's scrappy, but it comes to Clark. It bounces once, it bounces twice. He drills it into the back of the net. It's Bradford City 3, Harrogate Town 0, and we are taking some unbelievable form into that big crunch match against Leeds United. The pressure is all on them, but with the way we're playing at this moment in time, I back us to go to Ellen Road and get another result. Harrogate are building some nice football here. Good tackle though from Lee Evans. He's a creative midfielder who can certainly do the dirty work. Evans picks it up now and finds Brad Halliday. He's looking for a ball down the line, but he goes back into Stubbs. Plays the 1-2 with Evans. Lakin now. This is lovely football from us. Campbell will progress with the ball out wide into Ferguson. Looks for that ball over the top to Ryan Cassidy. He rounds the keeper. He doesn't round the keeper. I thought he was going to go round the keeper. He takes the shot on early. His shot goes wide. Cassidy's having a poor game. He's missed a couple big chances so far. Approaching the half-time mark then. Bradford City 3, Harrogate Town 0. We've battered them in this first half. To say we're playing against the 4-2-3-1 as well, I do think it has been a really, really good first half from us. You're doing brilliantly. Keep going. As always, we are going to make a few changes at half-time. Brad Halliday is going to come off for Clark Adore. He's going to come on and play as an inverted wing-back over on that right side, and Kabir is also going to come off for Callum Kavanagh. Get them two rested and keep them fresh really for that big crunch match against Leeds United. It's kind of two changes we've been making quite a lot recently, because them two seem to be very tired by half time. We are currently in the loan market for a couple of right wing backs as well. If we can get 1 or 2 in this window would be very nice, because Halliday has played quite a lot, but I would say in the games that he has played, he hasn't massively stood out, as Beaumont Clark there with a nice shot, unfortunately bends it just wide. Daly, not Matty, driving forward with the ball here, gets the ball in towards that back post, header comes in from Thompson, very comfortable save though from John McLaughlin. I didn't actually realise that in his previous spell with Bradford City, he was here for 5 years. That is a long time to be with one football club. He was in and out of the side quite a lot. You know, there's only really one season where he was the consistent number 1. All the other seasons where, is that one onside? I think that's actually onside. It's 4-0. Who really cares about what's going on the pitch? Let me tell you this story about John McLaughlin. In the previous 4 seasons, before his final season where he played loads of games, he only played between 20 and 25 in 4 straight seasons, which I thought was really bizarre. Kavanagh with a nice ball through there to Callum Kavanagh. The left back's clearly playing Cassidy onside. He curls that one into the top corner. That finish reminds me of Luis Suarez in the Champions League, where he nutmegs David Luiz and just wraps it into the top corner. So unnecessary, but as you can see, they're clearly onside. The centre-back's actually playing at home, but definitely the left-back as well. 4-0 then. This game is definitely done. 3 points coming back to Bradford. In fact, we're playing at home, so they're staying in Bradford. And with an hour now on the clock, we will make some more substitutions just to keep players fresh who are going to be important for us in the next coming games. We're thinking about bringing Ferguson off, and we'll put Clark Adore over to that left side, play Cisse as that right-sided wing-back. Clark Adore can go over to left-back. Alex Patterson's going to come on for Charlie Lakin as well in that midfield. Evans can now play as a defensive midfielder, and Patterson can now play as the supportive deep-line playmaker. And we'll save our final change for now. We do still have a couple options on the bench, but overall really happy with how this game is going so far. 20 minutes left on the clock. Despite them having 60% of possession, in terms of shots and XG, we've absolutely battered them so far in this game. Let's make our final change of the game. Andy Cook is going to come on for Ryan Cassidy. Give him 15 minutes or so to see if he can find himself on the score sheet. He'll come on as a target forward. I always hate how it says target forward. Just change it to target man. Sutton have only picked up 14 points out of 27 games so far. That is absolutely dreadful. But Crawley, Accrington, not really doing too much better than that, to be honest with you. 5 minutes left on the clock. Again, massive confidence for us to take from this game going into that one against Leeds. And when you compare that to the start of the season where we were getting pumped 4-5-0 or 4-5-1 every single week, to now be in this position where we're now battering teams 4-5-0. We've not conceded a goal in as far as I can remember, really. I'm really confident going into this game against Leeds, and I think we could cause an upset. I don't want to jinx it, but let's see what transfer business we can do before then. We currently find ourselves 5th in the table. There's a 4-point gap between us and 8th, and now only a 1-point gap between us and 3rd. We are coming for Shrewsbury, even though they're still somehow 12 points away from us. They are flying this season. Here we have it then. Here's our lineup for the FA Cup 3rd round away at Leeds United. The second time this season we're making the trip to Ellen Road. We're going defensive, but we're going there to hopefully try and nick a goal, and we're playing a 5-4-1 with McLaughlin in goal, a back 5 of Halliday, Nate, Avangulu, Campbell and Ferguson. This is actually Campbell's final game for the football club. If you remember back to the start of the season where I accidentally only signed him until January, Everton are not interested in me renewing him for any longer than the 6th of January. So this will be his final game for the club. Let's hope he ends on a bang, because his spell with Bradford City, I wouldn't say he's been particularly amazing in the league. He's only averaged about 6.7, 6.8, something like that. In midfield, we've got Bakinson and Lakin with Poynton and Cabia on the wings, but they're playing a little bit more defensive with Andy Cook leading the line. 9 subs, which consist of Walker, Cisse, Stubbs, Lewis, Evans, Patterson, Kavanagh, Beaumont Clark and Cassidy. Unfortunately, Jack Diamond's still injured, and Jensen Weir has picked up a slight muscular injury. Won't be back in full training until tomorrow, and I don't really want to take that risk because he's been such an important player for us so far this season. He's upset about being left out, but he's not fully fit and available, and I've got to do what is best for the team. I mean, you look at that Leeds United squad, goodness me, we could be in for a little bit of trouble in today's game. Lots of quality in there. I don't need to go through each player individually. They've got the much better team on paper, but we're on some unbelievable form coming into this. I just hope that if we do lose, whatever the score is, that it doesn't kill our momentum. If you think back to the 18-19 season, Bradford City in real life went on a really, really good run around sort of December time. Then we got battered 3-0 by Barnsley, and we never really fully recovered from that, to be honest with you. This game's going to be ugly. It's not going to be pretty. If we don't see a single highlight all game, I'm fine with that. I'm more than confident if we go to penalties again. Corner ball here for Leeds United. If we concede off a set play, I must admit I'd be very, very disappointed. We've got a lot of height in this team. James ball in, and it's Somerville with the header. We've just not completely marked him at all from the second phase of the set play. 20 minutes it's taken for Leeds United to take the lead. It's a really nice, well-worked goal, but we've simply not picked Somerville up there. That's really, really poor marking. He just kind of sneaks in at that near post. Nobody picks him up. I would argue maybe number 17. Do we have a number 17? We don't. Maybe it's 37 then. Cabia should probably pick him up better, and Leeds United take the lead with 20 minutes on the clock, and they now have the ball once more. Somerville on the ball, goes back into Cresswell. As you can see, we're not really pressing them. We're happy to sit in our low block. James now, ball behind for Mensah. It's poor defending. Good block from Halliday. It comes back to Dan James. He will hit one from there. He gets past a couple players. He finds the back of the net. It's only his second goal of the season, but 24 minutes on the clock. This is the type of result we're expecting the first time around, but they're just completely popping us off the park right now. Maybe we should have gone there and just played our same system, but you've got to show Leeds United a lot of respect. They've got a lot of talented players, and I feel like if we'd have gone at them, then they would have probably hit us on the counter, or maybe just used their quality to beat us in 1v1 sort of situation. So I tried to double up in them wide areas, but as of right now, that's not really working, to be honest with you. If we're still getting battered by half-time, I might go back to how we have been playing, because we can certainly do that. We've got a lot of good players in this squad to be able to do so, but approaching half-time, it's currently 2-0 Leeds. It's a result that we all did expect, but I must admit I'm slightly disappointed with how them 2 goals did come about, because I don't think either of them were massively amazing. It's not like they've hit one from 30 yards and gone in. So at half-time, I'm going to tell them it wasn't good enough, and I'm going to go back to how we were playing in the last couple of matches where we've been popping teams off the park. And here is how we will be looking to line up for the second half. We've even gone back to the attacking tactics as well. Let's see if it has any desired impact, because I don't just want to go down with a whimper. They've made a change at the break. I want to get at them in this second half, give the fans something to cheer about. We've not scored at Ellen Road, and we've played here twice this season. I want to give the fans a goal, but as of right now, the players are getting tired and we're not really creating much. Early corner for Leeds United towards the back post, headed away by Evangulu. Poynton not really got the pace up against Archie Gray. Cresswell out wide into Drama, cuts inside. Can he get that pass off? He does, and it's really nice play from Leeds. Gelhardt on the ball, gets past a couple of players and strikes. His shot though comfortably over the bar. That's not really troubling John McLaughlin in at the Bradford City goal, but they take a free kick early. It's cleared away by Campbell, only as far as Joseph, inside to Archie Gray, who can bend him from there off the post, and surely he's offside. Lionel, where are you running off to? Surely Geraldez there was clearly offside. And unfortunately, 13 minutes on the clock, Leeds United probably put this game too far away from us and a potential comeback. I mean, it was really nice footwork from Archie Gray. He bent the shot. No, I think he is onside there, unfortunately. McLaughlin commits himself, never getting back up to save that one. And I think now we will look to make some substitutions, because what we're seeing so far, it's not really good enough. Pointing on a 6-point win and in danger of being booked. So Bowman Clark is going to come on that right-hand side and play as a winger, try and be a bit more direct on that right-hand side. We're also going to bring Callum Kavanagh on for Cabia, who hasn't really produced much in this game so far and only on a 6.6. Also a little bit tired. We are now thinking about the league games, to be honest with you, keeping our players fit and available for them. Campbell, what's going on here? Andy Cook has picked up, and he's just given everything. He seems a little bit tired. I'm not really too sure where that's come from, because a minute ago he seemed absolutely fine. Let's bring Andy Cook off then. We'll get Ryan Cassidy on to lead the line, play him as an advanced forward. We're also going to bring on Lee Evans in the midfield for Bakinson and play him as a supportive deep line playmaker. The game's done, so we might as well just freshen things up, to be honest with you. And Leeds United will have a throw-in on this near side. Mensah going to be in no rush to take that. Hopefully Andy Cook goes and gives him a cheeky dig in the ribs maybe. Gelhardt picks up the ball on the edge of the box and strikes. Good save though from John McLaughlin. I think if we keep it at 3, it's respectable against this Leeds United super team, but I really want us to score a goal. It looks unlikely, but how amazing would that be to score at Ellen Road, considering where both teams are at this moment in time. We'll make our final change of the game as well. Lakin can come off for, actually, what we're going to do is we're going to pause it and we're going to go into this properly. We're going to bring off a centre-half and we're going to go a little bit more attacking if possible. Patterson is going to come on for Campbell. He's played his final game for Bradford City. We're going to go to a variation of a 4-2-3-1, something like this. We'll play him as a central defender. We'll also play Nate now as a central defender. Patterson will come on and play as a shadow striker. 10 minutes, we might as well go for it. We've got nothing to lose at this point. We might as well get at them and try something a little bit different. Ferguson with the throw-in. He finds Kavanagh, plays the 1-2, laid off on the edge. Really nice football. Kavanagh with the strike, and we have finally scored at Ellen Road. And who knows, we could make this game very interesting with 10 minutes left on the clock. It's Callum Kavanagh with his first goal in a long time, to be honest with you. It's a shame it's a pretty meaningless goal, or could it be? Really nice ball from Lee Evans and a great finish there from Callum Kavanagh. Wraps it into the far corner. 10 minutes left on the clock. We could cause some late drama here. We've definitely been better second half. We've actually got at them a little bit more, created the odd chance or two, and I kind of have a bit of regret about not doing it from the start, to be honest with you. Who knows what would have happened if it could have gone either way. We could have been sat here and be 8-1 down by now, but we could also be maybe sat 2-0 up. You never really know. I guess it's kind of gone now. We can't be thinking about things if buts and maybes, all that sort of stuff. As McMahon driving down at the right hand side, how many times would we have said that as Bradford City fans? The ball is in towards the back post. Gelhardt with the header, and the game is definitely over now. His first goal of the season. Nice header, to be fair. Does some sort of Irish dancing. That's really disrespectful. I mean, to be fair, it's really nice play from McMahon on that right hand side. He's decided to square it. It's a shame ours didn't back in 2017, but it's good ball in. Gelhardt with the header, just climbs above Halliday. McLaughlin, no chance. It's a brilliant header, to be honest with you. I know I said I was bringing in some competition for Brad Halliday, but the loan offers that I sent are all for players who, now that we've scouted and complete them scout reports, are not very good. So at the moment, no more right backs are coming in. He's going to end though in a Leeds United victory. We'll be crashing out of the FA Cup third round at Ellen Road, 4-1 defeat. It's not embarrassing, but in a derby, I would have liked us to put up a little bit more of a fight, to be honest with you. We'll flash the arms, tell them we're training tomorrow. That wasn't good enough. Unfortunately, we are now out of the FA Cup. I just hope that it doesn't have much of an impact on our league form, because that would be catastrophic. We have dropped down to 6th in the table, but we should have a game in hand on quite a lot of teams now as well. Attacking midfielder Jack Morehouse is going to join Altrincham on loan for the remainder of the campaign. He's going to go there as an important player on £258 per week. He's not played a single match for us in the league so far, played all of the AFL trophy games though, and I just think it kind of really makes sense for him to go out and play some regular football at Altrincham, who are currently around the bottom half of the table, kind of in a little bit of a relegation battle, currently 5 points above the drop zone with a game in hand. So hopefully he can go there, get some regular first team football, because he's a player I've got high promise for, 4-star potential, and as of right now he's not really playing, so it makes sense for him to go out and play some regular football. So he has departed the club on loan for the remainder of this season. And there is your confirmation about Eli Campbell returning back to Everton. He played 28 times for us this season, and yeah, he's a little bit of a loss for us. Well, he only got a 6.84 average rating. Obviously it's a loss and someone who we're probably going to look to try and replace in at this transfer window. But in terms of financial fair play, we've currently got £2,500 a week to spend on a new centre back and a right wing back. It's not particularly ideal, but I guess for now Kieran Kelly comes back into the side, who, to be fair, hasn't done too bad for us so far this season. He's played 13 times in the league and got a 6.94 out of a contract this summer, so maybe it's an opportunity for him to really cement himself back into this side. There's actually a bidding for him at the moment. Oh, these are on free transfers because he's out of a contract, aren't they? Oh, that's maybe concerning. Do we give Kelly a new deal just to look after ourselves? Let me know down in the comment section down below. What would you do with Kieran Kelly? But anyway, I'm going to leave it there then for today's video. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 20 likes, as I said at the start of today's episode, that would be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you are new as well. Speaking of Kieran Kelly, he's in the team of the week. We are now on the road to 2,000 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already, with that post notification bell on. It's free to do so, and it does massively help out. Get your thoughts in as well down in the comment section down below on my January transfer window business so far, any players that I should sign, should sell, and also what I should do with Kieran Kelly. Thank you all for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you very soon for another one. Peace.